The Curse of the Midnight Pumpkin. In the small, fog-laden town of Eldridge Hollow, Halloween was more than just a holiday. It was a tradition steeped in mystery and magic. Each year, the townsfolk gathered to celebrate, but this year was different. Whispers of a cursed pumpkin had spread like wildfire, warning of a magical gourd that appeared only on Halloween night, capable of granting one wish but at a terrible price. In the heart of the pumpkin patch stood a surly scarecrow named Edgar. He had been stationed there for years, his straw-stuffed body draped in a tattered coat, a wide-brimmed hat pulled low over his button eyes. Edgar had grown bitter and resentful, watching as children laughed and played, while he remained a mere guardian of the patch, forever alone. As Halloween approached, the air grew thick with anticipation and dread. The townsfolk spoke of the pumpkin that glowed with an eerie light, hidden deep within the patch. It was said that anyone who dared to approach it would be granted their heart's desire, but those who were unworthy would face dire consequences. On the night of Halloween, a curious girl named Mia, with a heart full of hope and a spirit of adventure, ventured into the pumpkin patch. She had heard the stories and felt an inexplicable pull toward the glowing pumpkin. As she stepped into the patch, the fog swirled around her, and Edgar felt a flicker of something he hadn't felt in years: curiosity. "Who goes there?" Edgar croaked, his voice rough like the rustling leaves. Mia jumped, startled. "I'm Mia. I came to find the magical pumpkin." Edgar narrowed his eyes, his expression a mix of skepticism and intrigue. "You shouldn't be here. The pumpkin is cursed. It grants wishes, but it takes something in return." "I know," Mia replied, her voice steady. "But I have to try. My family needs help." Edgar felt a pang of sympathy. He had watched Mia's family struggle through hard times, their laughter replaced by worry. "What do you wish for?" he asked, his tone softening. "I wish for my family to be happy again," she said, determination shining in her eyes. As she spoke, the ground trembled, and the pumpkin's glow intensified, casting an otherworldly light across the patch. Edgar felt a surge of energy, but he also sensed the darkness lurking just beyond the edges of the light. "You must be careful," he warned. "The magic is powerful, but it can twist your heart." Ignoring his warning, Mia stepped closer to the glowing pumpkin. "I'm not afraid," she declared, reaching out to touch its surface. The moment her fingers brushed against the pumpkin, a chilling wind swept through the patch, and shadows began to emerge from the darkness, swirling around them. "Run!" Edgar shouted, but Mia stood her ground, her eyes locked on the pumpkin. The shadows whispered promises of happiness, but their voices were laced with malice. "You can have everything you desire," they hissed. "Just give in to the magic." "No!" Mia cried, shaking her head. "I won't let you take me!" Edgar felt a surge of protectiveness. "You have to focus on your wish. Remember why you came here." He stepped forward, his straw body glowing with the light of the pumpkin, and together they faced the encroaching darkness. As the shadows lunged, Mia closed her eyes and concentrated on her family. "I wish for their happiness," she shouted, her voice ringing out against the howling wind. The pumpkin pulsed with energy, and a brilliant light erupted from its core, pushing back the shadows. The darkness writhed and screamed, unable to withstand the purity of Mia's wish. Edgar felt the magic coursing through him, and for the first time, he didn't feel like a mere scarecrow. He felt alive, filled with purpose. "Together!" he urged, and they joined forces, channeling their combined strength into the light. With a final burst of energy, the shadows were banished, dissolving into the night. The pumpkin's glow steadied, illuminating the patch with a warm, golden light. Mia opened her eyes, tears of relief streaming down her cheeks. "We did it!" she exclaimed, turning to Edgar, who now looked more vibrant than ever. "Yes, we did," he replied, a genuine smile breaking through his usual scowl. "You faced the darkness and emerged stronger." From that night on, Edgar was no longer just a surly scarecrow. He had found a friend in Mia, and together they became the guardians of the magical pumpkin, ensuring that its power would be used wisely. The townsfolk of Eldridge Hollow celebrated Halloween with renewed joy, knowing that the true magic lay not just in wishes, but in the bonds of friendship forged in the face of darkness. Subscribe my channel and comment below your ideas about story.